Okie doke, brand new video. Today is August the 1st. We're in Wyoming and we have camped about 40 miles from here. This is a little day trip. There's a KOA campground. And we're at Devil's Tower along with about 10,000 motorcycles. And as I told you earlier, they're having the rally in Sturgis, which is 100 miles from here. It's about 70 miles from here, 60. And there are more motorcycles. I'm shooting the video here, pal. But anyway, just want to give you a little sample of how crowded it is. But we're going to do our little tourist exploration of that. Send this out. Going to shoot a little panorama. Motorcycles everywhere. There's a guy climbing that thing right now. You can't see him, but see the square to the right of the screen. If you look to the left about 15 feet and up about 5 feet, he's standing there. He hadn't moved in a long time. I imagine he's petrified. I would be. Motorcycles, free country. We're up here at the base of the boulders of Devil's Tower. There were 3 climbers up there. They're still up there. But this, the surface of the earth used to be at that elevation right up there, and erosion wore it down. That's why that just left that thing standing. You can see the what looks like lava flows or whatever, a pattern. It's freaky. We're on the other side, just another perspective of this weird formation. Look at the columns, looks like they were chiseled, but they weren't. A lot of rock. All right, speak, Kitty. You're on. All right, there's the last close-up view of Devil Towers from me. I promise. I said there's no wildlife in here. Not exactly a buffalo. I'm standing up.
We just entered South Dakota. We're about a new state for us, just left Wyoming, motorcycles everywhere. We're probably about 60, 70 miles south of Sturgis, where they're having the big motorcycle rally. We're riding through Hell's Canyon. Very steep, downhill, turning grade. 7% grade. South Dakota, Hell's Canyon.
Just a little bit of this mayhem. We're in Custer. They're probably 50 or 60 miles from Sturgis, but these folks are everywhere. I mean, this is just, well, look at that rig. Like I said, they're everywhere. Constant. We're going to Mount Rushmore today, get out of some of this stuff. Which there probably is 10,000 up there. Crazy horse carving. Wanted to do something to equal or to pay homage to the Indians, like Mount Rushmore, etc. But this is as close as we're coming. We're not going in there. It's kind of real touristy, and just didn't feel like it was worth the time. So there's Crazy Horse right there. We are waiting to get into Mount Rushmore. You know, it's good to get a feeling of those things. Here we are. I feel like a fish out of water. I don't have any black leather on. Or tattoos. Close up. I didn't know until today that it was Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, Teddy Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. Originally Jefferson was to be on the face of that mountain to the right of Washington's portrait, or Washington's sculpture. But they found out there wasn't enough rock there, so they blasted it away and moved him over there to the left of Washington. Interesting factoid.
We're on a trail called the Presidential Trail that just goes around the base of the carving. As you can see, George Washington sits out in front of the other carvings. If you look just to his left, or actually his right, but to our left, that's where they were going to put Thomas Jefferson, but the rock was not satisfactory, so whatever they carved, they just kind of smoothed it on out and moved him to the other side of George Washington.
Washington. There's a close-up of Lincoln. All this debris down the slope, they had to blast all this away before they could get to the granite and start carving these guys. This took 14 years to do, by the way, and the head sculptor died before it was finished, and the son finished it. There's a close-up of Thomas Jefferson over Washington's left shoulder. The sculptor was a guy named Gutzon Borglum, and his parents were Danish immigrants. There's a close-up of all the boys. This is about as close as we're going to be able to get. You can see it or not, but right under Jefferson's right eye are a couple of scar-looking things. Those are cracks that made them reposition the carving totally once it was underway. They had to tilt it and move it back and turn it to an angle or something or other, but it's amazing what they could do up there. I'd be afraid if it was me, I'd break somebody's nose off and have to start again, but it wasn't me. Grand View Terrace, looking back from the mountain. This is a very nice development they've done in here. First class. Last view of Mount Rushmore from here. God, this place is packed. Well, with over 1 million motorcycles in Sturgis, it's to be expected.
This is a one-lane tunnel near Mount Rushmore. This is freaky. The tunnel, one-lane tunnel, another one. I want to be on a bike.
Pulled in just an overlook here. That is a distant shot of it. About 300 motorcycles here and the accompanying folks.
There's a buffalo up close and personal, right on the highway. We're in Custer State Park, South Dakota, in the Black Hills. We're in the Wind Cave National Park today, which is very near Mount Rushmore. There's a bridge on the regular park highway that I thought was very unusual. I think it dates back maybe to the CCC era.
Today is August the 5th. We're leaving our campground. I just want to show you how remote it was. I mean, this is as much in the wilderness as we've ever been. And we're near a little town called Pringle, South Dakota, which is near Custer, which there may be 100,000 motorcycles over there today, but we're kind of in the middle of this Sturgis rally, but this is pretty remote. This beautiful country up here. South Dakota looks a lot prettier than Wyoming did. A lot more greenery up here, but we were down in the boonies. All right, we're headed to Wall, South Dakota, which is on the other side of Rapid City, about 120 miles, to continue our journey. We've been here 3 One of those family coincidences. Jenny has a first cousin. This is strictly a coincidence that we were within 5 miles of her. You come down this highway right here and you turn back over into the wilderness and you go out in a little development that's it might be 4 or 5 houses in there, but it's 5 miles off this road, and they built a house here. She's a pharmacist, and they just wanted to get away from it all, and they accomplished it, because way back in there's nothing. It'd take an hour to get a quart of milk. Her cousin is from Byron, Georgia, which is right up around Warner Robins. She's a long way from home, but they just love this country out here. It's kind of jumped up on me, but according to my chief navigator and driver, those mountains in the far distance over there are the last we'll see on this trip of the Rocky Mountains. we're headed north on Highway 79, which is like an interstate, but it's not, to Rapid City, and we'll turn up into North Dakota, etc. But they're the Rockies. It seems like we've been in them for 5 years. Sorry to shoot through the window. No other way to do it. This is the last of this video. I'm ending the video, starting another one, getting ready to go into the Badlands in South Dakota.